Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Steve again, Harmless Rebel, and it's time for a concert review. I haven't done one in a while. I actually am backed up. I've got two other concert reviews that I want to do from the last month and a half or so. But this is one just from Friday night. It was an amazing show, one of the best shows I've been to in a while, and I was really blown away by how good these guys are, being in their 60s. But the band I'm talking about is Raven, and that's what's playing in the background. But we'll get to that in just a second. I wanted to go ahead and talk about the two bands that opened up. I got there a little bit late, about a half hour late, so I missed all but the last three songs or so from the opening band. It was a band called Made Ready. I'm assuming that they're a local band. I had never heard of them before. I was really kind of blown away by what I heard, though. And actually, so was Raven, because as soon as they started playing the song that I walked in on, the guys from Raven were out, and they were standing right next to me, really getting into the band, and they watched the rest of their set. And then the next band came on, and they disappeared. But again, the name of the band is Made Ready. They're very much in the vein of Thin Lizzy. And Raven, if you know anything about them, they're huge Thin Lizzy fans. Actually, on Party Killers, I believe they did one, if not two, Thin Lizzy songs on that album. But regardless, very much a Thin Lizzy clone, not in a bad way. They had a killer twin guitar attack. And actually, when I walked in, the song that they were playing was Cowboy, which is, an all-time favorite for just about any Thin Lizzy fan. And they did an amazing job with it. But their twin guitar attack blew me away. They had it on all of their songs. So I'll go ahead and insert a couple videos here of Made Ready.
It's okay, amigo.
So again, that was Made Ready. Again, I think they're a Georgia band. I'm not 100% sure, though. The next band that came on was a band called Dead by Wednesday. So they were advertised as being one of Mark Rizzo's side projects. If you're not familiar with Mark Rizzo, he's done a lot of stuff. He's played with Soulfly since pretty much the beginning. He plays guitar in Cavalera Conspiracy. The tour that just ended of the Cavalera Brothers doing the Roots album in its entirety, Mark Rizzo was playing with them in that band. So this was advertised as being a side project of Mark Rizzo. However, he wasn't there. And actually, this picture of the band from the inside, only two of the guys, the two in the back, are still in the band. And he's brand new in the band. He's only actually on one song on their newest release. So the whole thing is kind of confusing. And actually, Mark Rizzo, again, is not in that picture. I'm a big fan of Rizzo, though, as well. He's done a couple neoclassical albums that are killer. Just a phenomenal guitar player. But I was kind of disappointed by their set. It's just a style of metal that... while I was into it in the early 90s, it's just not a style that I'm into anymore. And one that I just don't think is that popular anymore. So I was kind of surprised by that. The vocalist's name is Rob Roy. And I actually wasn't going to buy this. I actually felt kind of bad. I was walking by to go to the merch table for Raven, and the singer was just kind of sitting there bored. I mean, there was a huge line for Raven, and I kind of started talking to him, and I was like, "Oh, great set, man." I just didn't want to be rude and say I wasn't really a fan, but and he's like, "Oh, dude, totally buy a CD." And I kind of felt back in the corner and felt kind of guilty, so I spent the $10 and bought the CD. I haven't listened to it yet, but the CD's kind of interesting because the singer's only on one song, and if you look, you've got the first song has Brian Fair from Shadows Fall. There's a song with Rob Dukes from Exodus, formerly of Exodus. You've got John Arch from Fate's Warning, Eric from Flotsam and Jetsam, Waylon from Mushroom Head. So almost every song has a different singer from other better bands. I kind of look forward to checking this out. It's The Darkest of Angels. And honestly, they shouldn't have been on tour with Raven. They don't fit at all. The reason that they are on tour is because... what is his name? Because they're on Dave Ellison's label, which is also the label that Raven's on. So it's basically just part of the label, or it was set up by the label. So I don't know. I'll check the CD out. You may see it in a future episode if I dig it. I'll put a couple clips into the band. They did a cover of Domination from Pantera, which they probably shouldn't have done. They didn't sound bad, but the drummer's playing a 4-piece drum set and just doesn't have the skill that Vinnie Paul does. And the best member of the band was definitely the guitarist. The guitarist, whoever he is, was pretty good. But other than that, I wasn't really impressed by the band. They weren't a bad band, and if you're into this style of metal, you'll probably dig it. The more modern style of metal. It's just not for me anymore. There's a couple bands that play this style of metal that I still like, but that's more a nostalgic type of thing. I just like those particular bands, those particular albums. But I'll go ahead, and again, it's Dead by Wednesday, so go ahead and check this out. Alright guys, so again, that was Dead by Wednesday. You could see, I got a small clip of the Pantera there. I don't know how well you could hear it, but again, I just wasn't real impressed with the band. Not one that I would recommend checking out. And then it came to Raven, who absolutely blew me away. Again, these guys are in their 60s, and they murdered it. They sound as good now as they did back in 83 or 82 or 81. Maybe better because Mark's guitar playing is phenomenal. He's just gotten so good over the years. And it blows me away that he can still jump around the stage and play the way he was playing. Joe, what's his last? Joe Hasselvander, I think is his name. The drummer since... I think the late 80s he's been with the band. He's been sick. Some kind of medical issue happened and he wasn't on the tour. So Mike Heller, the most recent drummer from Fear Factory, filled in for him. Now, I'm not sure that Fear Factory's together anymore. I've heard rumors that they've broken up. Not that in any way matters to this, but he was awesome. His warm-up, I haven't heard anybody do double bass that fast ever. Just watching him warm up was absolutely amazing, especially for somebody like me that played drums for a lot of years. I was really blown away watching him play. And he was only, 10, 12 feet in front of me. I was right there in front of the stage, which you'll see from the videos. But again, they killed it. They covered pretty much their whole discography off of Rock Until You Drop. They played Rock Until You Drop. They played Hell Patrol. Wiped Out was awesome. They played Faster Than the Speed of Light. Then from All For One, they played Hung, Drawn, and Quartered, which was awesome. I forgot about that song. It's such a great track. And John mentioned that they hadn't played that since 86 or 87 when they first wrote it. They played it on one of the tours and they never played it again. And they just absolutely murdered it. And then they finished out the set. They did a bunch more songs. It was a really good show. They had to have gone for a good... It felt like they were playing for like 3 hours, but it had to be a good hour and a half from the time they got on the stage to the time they left. And like I said, they just killed it. They were jumping around, blowing minds. Afterwards, they came out and hung out. Really cool guys. I got a couple things signed. We're actually listening to Extermination in the background, but got this one signed by the Gallagher brothers. This one's actually going out to somebody as VCLT. It's somebody that's a huge Raven fan, and if you've been watching his videos for long enough, you'll know who I'm talking about. And then I also picked up a copy of their newest album. I was going to buy it online. I'm glad I didn't. I'm glad I bought it directly from the band. I paid a couple extra bucks, but I was pretty disappointed. There were maybe 30 people there at the show, which for a band like Raven just shouldn't happen. But again, I bought the double LP and got it signed by both of them. I can't remember. Yeah, it's on this green vinyl. They were advertising Party Killers too, which I really want on vinyl. It was only available through a crowdfunding campaign. Unfortunately, they had already sold out at their last show, so they didn't have any copies left. But and then to top it off, after like I said, they closed out the show with Born to Be Wild. But Mark threw his pick out in the audience, and I ended up catching his pick. So that was pretty cool too. But man, amazing show. I got a bunch of clips. I'm going to go ahead and put them all in here. Go ahead and comment below. Tell me what you guys think. Again, phenomenal show. If they're playing in your area, you got to go see them. Definitely worth them. I think it was like $15 to get in. It was worth 5 times that. They were absolutely amazing. Again, highly recommend checking them out. Take care, VC. I'll have something up again soon.
Rock until you you.